Okay. So now when it comes to the how to trade, I mean this is where you have lots of questions to answer. Right? I mean, there are multiple ways to trade. I mean, you want to buy a stock for a reason or sell a stock for a reason, and you want to use options. And if you want to sell a stock, you can buy a long put, or you can do a call credit spread as well, the bear call spread as well. So there are many of those strategies, right? I mean, depending on, I mean, like I would always say, like if you want to buy a car, you can buy a car with, I mean, total cash down, or you can buy a car with financing from a dealer, or you can go to your bank and then do a 50% cash and 50% as well. Like so, there are numerous number of ways how you can structure the deal. And when it comes to the house mortgages, it's end of the day, it's the same action. You are buying the house, you're investing money into the market by buying a house into the real estate market, or to live for yourself, or to invest as a rental property. But you're coming into the investment world, but you're structuring the trade, structuring the loan or the purchase either through the 100% cash, or it could be a VA loan if you're a veteran. It could be the Fannie Mae supported back loan, or it could be a traditional bank loan, or it could be a little bit of seller financing as well. There are a lot many creative ways that out there in the market that you can structure the same purchase. So a guy who is purchasing with cash and a guy who is purchasing with traditional mortgage, at the end of the day, like if you look at it at the 10-year period, if you look at the cost of the home, I mean, if you want to add up all the transactional costs that are included in that house, the guy who paid cash will be, their cost structure is less, but at the same time the guy could be losing on the opportunity cost. But if the guy who is structuring using the loan, and their cost is much higher, but if they're able to use that money and earn more, so at a portfolio level, like it's much easier, much could be better, and versus the cash buy, right? So your success also depends on how comfortable you are in that particular strategy, and what are the right sweet spots in that particular strategy. You don't know until you see and test for yourself, like how it worked in the past. You can't assign what is the probability of success for those parameters. So at the same time, like that's what we provide data going back to 2007 onwards, and we give you an opportunity to test those rules and define those rules and come up with your comfort factor, comfortable risk reward expectation, risk reward ratio. That's what you can actually put those rules. Once you are happy and comfortable, that's what you can put them in practice in the real time trading. To be very simplistic test, right? I mean, let's say, like for example, we go to this. Let's go to the state modeling itself. We can test the state modeling on state one itself. Okay, so state modeling. Sorry, state transitions. So it's pulling up the same stocks like what we pulled in the other screen on 728. We pulled up. We got 3 stocks that transitioned into state 1 last night. So we see the same result over here as well. Then we have to figure out, like, yeah. So for MTCH, I never traded this stock, but yeah, it has 13 transitions in the past. It's looks like fairly new stock. So 2016 to 2020, and every time the debit was approximately, starting back then, it was 1381 for one contract, and right now it's very high, right? And if we do if we buy the long stock, 100 shares, and we hold the position for 60 trading days, and every time we get a 10% profit, we take the trade off, and every time we lose, anytime we lose 10% stop loss, and we sell the trade off. So you can see, like, I mean, there are 3 times like we lost money, and rest of the other times we made money. So overall, like, we made about across the 13 times, we made around $3,300, $3,400, which is probably around, which is a 77% win rate. And the profit factor is for every dollar lost, how many dollars you are bringing into the for every dollar lost. That means for every dollar I lost, I brought in $5.75. So if this profit factor is greater than 1, that means you are making money and the strategy is good. So this is one way. Like, I mean, if I'm doing long call, I just change the strategy, and I want to do the monthly options 60-day, and I want to profit target 25%, and I hit the analyze button, and it gives me the result. There's a 92% win rate every time. Every time this state 1 trigger comes on this stock, and I buy a long call at a 30 delta, and I get 25% profit. I take the trade off, and my win rate is 92%. And I made 937, and you can see, like, the debits are also very small amount. The risk amounts are also very small. And what if you can question, like, okay, why only 25%? Like, can I do 100%? Like, just change the profit target and then do it. Like, I mean, 100% is 84% on this stock. So that means this stock is pretty good from a state modeling standpoint. It reacts very well from a state modeling standpoint. So it is 84% stock. And you can also see, like, 50% also. It's an easy change, like it's the same percentage over here. But when you go to this modelize, let's see, like, if the same thing holds good here. See here, it's 50% is 51% over here. And if I change it back to 25%, it is 62%. And also the profit factor is 0.84. So in my view, like, state modeling, state transition is not a good signal for trading this Mondelez International, but whereas it is an excellent signal for match group. So this is how we determine, like, I mean, it's the same indicator, same way of measuring. And state modeling is good for 80% of the stocks most of the times. That's how the test has been taken. There are 20% of the stocks which are not good. But if I change a different strategy, it could be a different result. I mean, for long call, for these rules, this stock is not good for this stock. But I can figure out, like, I mean, if there is another strategy, maybe a bear call, and writing a bear call, is that good? And taking it off 80% profit. I don't know the answer, like, so we need to do it. So here you can see, like, 82% win rate. And even though, like, the amounts are very small, this might not be of our interesting from a trading standpoint. It might not be sufficient. But what I want to show the power is, like, if you change the strategy, you can pump the high win rate. And this, yeah, you can do this strategy, bear call strategy, and it's not bad strategy over here. But the return, what we get at this percentage is probably not good. Now, you can also say, like, okay, why this is not good from a selling call standpoint? Can I sell it at a 30 delta, and then do a 2 strike, 2 legs up. So if I'm changing this delta selection models, I mean, how I select the delta or how I select the strike, maybe there is a trade. I mean, here it's a 85% win rate. Now I got 512 profit, which is a good profit factor, right? So it is the same stock. The state 1 signal, buying a long call is not good for this stock, but doing a bear call at these strike parameters is perfect with a 85% win rate, good profit factor, and a decent enough credit. If I'm taking about 80% profit off, right? So which strategy is good for you? It is totally individualistic, right? So what we intend to do is at Delphian, like, we give you the platform. You can play around by changing small parameters and check for yourself. And what we do is every Wednesday we have a learning group which is run via Zoom, and we encourage to participate in that, and you get to learn how to use the platform more. And you can ask questions, you can put your topics, and we address those topics as weeks go by as well. Okay, so this is one way of selecting a strategy and structuring the trade for the same signal, and that's what the main how part deals with.